acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Eden Chipperfield, and here are your news headlines for 11 o'clock. In breaking news this morning, Ottawa is instructing Canada Post to make a series of major changes in the face of what the government has described as an unsustainable financial situation, including a move that will allow millions of residential addresses to be shifted to community mailboxes. With Canada Post on track to lose $1.5 billion in 2025 and contract discussions between the union and corporations stalled, the federal government is embarking on modernization plan as it says it will allow Canada Post to stabilize its finances and ensure the survival of the corporation. BCGEU workers' strike has expanded to include liquor distribution warehouses. The strike directly impacts BC restaurants by disrupting their supply chains. Besides local wine and beer, restaurants purchase majority of their liquor through government-run warehouses, which leaves them vulnerable to the strike. Now, restaurant managers are concerned about their ability to operate and serve their patrons, especially with the upcoming holiday season. Ian Tostosen, president and CEO of Food and Restaurant Association, says that the labor dispute is creating a huge uncertainty for the industry.
That we can bypass having to go through a government warehouse to get our product in the future, but that's not going to happen today. With respect to, it's disruptive. It's creating huge uncertainty in our industry. And day to day, we don't kind of know whether we will get product.
Two former New Democratic MPs who lost their seats in the April election are launching a project to renew the party ahead of its March convention. Peter Julian and Matthew Green say their volunteer group is hoping to engage with party members across the country after the party's crushing election loss. The NDP lost official party status when it elected its only 7 members in April, and Jagmeet Singh stepped down as leader when he lost his own seat. The party is set to choose its next leader at the convention in Winnipeg. Julian and Green say the NDP can't afford to wait 6 months to begin an engagement process with its members, and they want to help chart the party's future. Julian says since the election, he's heard from New Democrats who are feeling voters' remorse after supporting the Liberals. U.S. President Donald Trump has some choice words for Russian President Vladimir Putin and his continued war in Ukraine. ABC's Karen Travers has more.
The president said that Russia in the last 2 weeks has gained virtually no land. They're spending millions and millions of dollars on bombs and ammunition and continue to lose lives. And he says they don't have anything to show for it. And thus, in his view, the war is potentially not winnable for Russia at this point. So significant in such a shift from what the president was saying back in August when he was talking about land swaps and that in order to reach a peace agreement, Ukraine was going to have to concede territory to Vladimir Putin. But now he seems to be indicating that it's Putin who is on the losing side of this right now.
Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas stated that Hamas will not be involved in a post-war government while speaking to world leaders at the UN General Assembly through a translator.
The entry without conditions of humanitarian aid through United Nations organizations, including the UNRWA, and to stop using starvation as a weapon.
Amazon has reached a historic $2.5 billion settlement with the Federal Trade Commission, which said the online giant tricked customers into signing up for its Prime memberships and made it difficult to cancel after they did. The Seattle company will pay $1 billion in civil penalties, for the largest fine in FTC history, and $1.5 billion will be paid to consumers who were unintentionally enrolled in Prime or were deterred from canceling their subscriptions. The prosecution and the defense for Sean Diddy Combs' prosecution case are preparing for the Grammy-winning hip-hop producer's sentencing. AP correspondent Donna Warder reports.
Sean Diddy Combs returned to a federal court in Manhattan Thursday for a hearing that could help the judge determine how long behind bars Combs could serve when he's sentenced October 3rd. The Grammy-winning producer will have spent nearly 13 months in prison on sentencing day, and his lawyers argue that he should be given no more than 14 months in prison.
In Burnaby, it is currently a tad cloudy at 14 degrees with an expected high of 16. Those have been your headlines of the hour at 11. Join my co-desker Selena Teixeira for your news update at 11:30.
The hands-on part of the program is the main thing that drew me to the program, and it's the main thing that I'm taking away from this program. There's no experience like just being able to go out and practice and do the work, and been able to do that both here in the newsroom, out on the internships, multiple internships that I've been able to go on, and I think it'll serve me very well.